Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of Rage Quit TV. Gonna be casting game number 2 between Slayers.Arthur and Gumiho from Team FXO. The map is Khaydaria, and I've never actually cast this map before. Another benefit of casting these ESV TV Korean weeklies is I get to see new maps, and we'll see exactly what ends up happening on this. A lot of times when players play on maps they don't know, they end up cheesing. Just because, well, you can just be absolutely screwed if you don't see something coming, like you don't expect blink stalkers or some type of odd push that's just oddly effective on the map that you're not prepared for whatsoever. And since Gumiho won game number 1, it wouldn't surprise me to see him go for like a 2-racks play. We will see the 10 supply depot, the 9 pylon, and looks like it's playing out the same way. We don't see a scout after the pylon. It was a 13 gate last time, and we'll see if he ends up scouting after that. This does look like it is a 4-player map, so scouting after the gateway does mean that there is a chance the Marine can meet the probe and deny any scouting whatsoever. So we'll see exactly what ends up happening and if he will end up going for that 13 barracks. SCV, after finishing the supply depot, does go back home. And we'll see if he ends up going for that 13 racks. He did it last game, and it actually worked out pretty cool. I'm not sure if the 13 racks is a normal build. Just haven't been paying attention to that rack time because it's a very small thing. But he is not going to be doing it as he is at 13 supply and 200 minerals. So he is going to be going for a command center first. Looking at this right away, this could be a little bit troublesome if we do have any type of early aggression out of Slayers.Arthur. And I'm only saying that because look at the mineral line. And look at where the bunker's going to be placed. There's a lot of area right here. Like, it's quite a big jump for the SCVs to go from the mineral line to repair this bunker. If you place it back a little bit to try to, like, save time so your SCVs can get there quicker, then there's a lot of area to run by. I mean, they could run by this way or this way. There's a lot of open area right at the top of the ramp, which is a little bit unique to this map, I think. So that could come into play. And that's just what I'm talking about cheesing early on, because if you play a macro style like Gumiho's doing right now, you may not notice a small thing like that, and it may just screw you over and take a loss. But he is ahead 1 game, so he can lose a game due to a silly mistake and still do well. We do see Chrono Boost being used on this Nexus more than last game, so I'm assuming this is going to be a 1-gate expo. The probe is going to be coming in here. We'll see. It is a command center first, and now he may say, okay, let's just do a lot of aggression because that is a command center first. So we'll see if he tries to counter this again. Did scout it late. If it was like MC with a 9-pound scout, scouted it early, he would have sent like 3 more SCVs down and tried to do like 4 probe harass while he gets a Zealot in, delaying the Terran's build. The Zealot, of course, will do relatively well against a single Marine, and it just makes for a very odd game. We do see the SCV going to be scouting after that command center, but again, the Stalker will be able to come out as there's a Zealot now moving his way down. But the Stalker should be able to shut off any scouting of Gumiho, and that just going to force him to play blind. So we'll see if he ends up using a scan this time. But at least he will know where his Protoss opponent is, because it is a 4-player map. We'll scout him second. Zealot going to be coming across the map. We do have 2 racks up, just building those Marines. That single Zealot not going to be able to do a thing. May not even get a hit off if his micro is very good. Bunker is going to be placed right at the top of this ramp. And we'll see how he does micro these 3 Marines as he does see it coming. There we go, some small stutter setting. The 4th one comes out. The Zealot's trying to run away, and he will manage to get away, taking a lot of hit point damage there. His shields will recharge. SCV now says, okay, you're not to the top right of me. Probe still just hanging out here for a little bit of a delayed scout or to build a forward pylon. We do have the 1-gate robo, so really common build out of Slayers.Arthur. Goes for 1-gate expansion into a robo facility. Knows the Terran player can't really put on that much aggression that early on. 2 more barracks coming up, so I may be a little bit wrong. Generally, Terran players don't like pushing out at this stage of the game until they have like stim and stuff. And the sentry does put a force field down on the ramp. SCV sees the timing of this Nexus, so I was wrong. The delayed scout actually gets to see something. Sees that it was a 1-gate expand, but nice job with the force field, saying, you don't know if I'm going for this robo facility after that or not. 2 more gates being built, so it may be some type of immortal timing, and we have a lot of Marines coming. And saw only the sentry, knows that Zealot was very much injured, so these Marines may be pretty darn cost effective. We'll see. If there are a few Stalkers here, though, this would be very risky, because if the Stalkers met them a little bit halfway, then they could do a lot of damage while the Marines are coming up, and that's just one of the things that the Terran players don't like moving out so early. 3 sentries right here is going to be forcing a lot of energy usage. Will kill 1 or 2 sentries, even a few probes coming down. Very nice job by Slayers.Arthur. Not really, he lost the Zealot, but not losing a sentry. That was pretty darn cool. And now the Marine's going to come take down the 1 sentry. The other sentry is going to be backing on off. Is going to save that. Probes do kind of form a wall, keeping that 1 sentry alive. Very nice unit retention there. But as I was saying, a lot of Terran players don't like moving across maps that don't have any fog. Because if the Stalkers were out, those 6 Marines, they're just dead for nothing. Because the Stalkers could be able to kite them. The SCV kind of got a vision that there wasn't going to be a Stalker, so that was relatively safe. If the SCV saw a Stalker, I expect those Marines would have turned around. On some maps that have the smoke, like Metalopolis, I guess, does have. I can't think of a bunch off the top of my head. Cloud Kingdom, I think, has line of vision blockers that if you have the 6 Marines, the Stalkers do come out, but you get behind that, and then those Marines are now safe because the Stalkers can't get in range to shoot the Marines. If they do get in range, then the Marines can do a lot of damage to the Stalkers, and it's really dangerous. So, kind of odd to see him move out with those Marines on a map without that fog, but again, he knew it was safe because of his scouting. He's going for a lot of Marines right now. Going to be researching STEM and getting another tech lab, probably another 2 tech labs, and this observer, though, sees everything. And if he saw the timing of this observer, he was paying attention to his base, which he probably wasn't, because by the time this came in, I'm assuming the Marines were over here. Then he would have known, okay, it's a 1-gate robo. And we do have 3 more gates being built with Blink and another gateway. And we'll see if a Warp Prism does come in, because I love when Protoss bring a Warp Prism in and then force field this ramp, trapping all the units down here and get a lot of damage. But on a map like Khaydaria, that could be a little bit difficult, because look how much area the Warp Prism has to travel to make his way to that ramp. There is no real way for him to sneak in. If the Warp Prism gets spotted, the Marines should be able to run back and come in. The Stalkers are poking up. Keep in mind, he does have Blink. A probe is down here. There is an observer in the base, so he will be most likely blinking up here and trying to do some type of damage. A lot of Stalkers, quite a few sentries are out. That is a complete wall, so we can't kind of blink up, run past this, force fit it down here. So no real cute sentry play I see coming on from this one push out. Marine is coming out and sees those sentries. Very nice delayed scout from Gumiho, making up for the mistake he made last game. Guy gets a scout, knows something is coming now. Scans right here over top, doesn't see the observer. So that may be enough to tell him, I gotta get over here. But it's not going to be telling him, so doesn't pick up on that. The Stalkers are coming in, gonna be blinking up, gonna possibly snipe that 1 command center. That will be pretty darn big, but not as big as it would be if Slayers.Arthur had a 3rd base behind this. Now blinking the Stalkers back, trying not to take any damage, just blinking a big group back, picking off the 1 observer, saying, nope, you're not going to come up here again, picking off this pylon, but there is a 2nd pylon back here to get more reinforcements. Stalkers wanted to do pressure over here, but look at the distance between this area and over here. It's not that easy to do. Units have a little bit of time to get back. The bunker actually got salvaged, and that's a little bit odd, but he does have medevacs out. And this is a very dangerous spot for the Protoss because there is the threat of drops. Very nice force fields, though, trapping a lot of units right here. Also could be picking off these medevacs. But the medevacs are going to be getting back, going in this army supply. You do see we do have Gumiho behind, but he does have defender's advantage. A lot of Stalkers are here. There is not an observer. Built a missile turret right here in case an observer does come to try to blink up while he's defending down here. Very nice by Gumiho. But we do have a contain, and whenever you have a contain and medevacs are out, that is a lot of trouble. He does come down, poking out, and says, yes, I am still contained, but he can't really sacrifice to do a drop. Another Marine stimming out, saying, yes, still contained. Missile turret does pick off an observer. Very nice placement right there. Seeing what Slayers.Arthur wanted to do, but just couldn't, because while he's pressing up here, he could have blunk up on this high ground. And still no 3rd base coming out, so this is a little bit odd of a contain. Generally, when you see a contain, you see the Protoss end up taking another base, but instead, he's going to start taking up, going up to the Colossus. And Medevac's not going to be elevating any units up behind this force. They're in a lot of trouble. if more force field ended up coming, but the SCVs have even been pulled. He is sick and tired of dealing with this. The factory is coming in for a little bit of scouting information. Stalker's just running away. These SCVs losing a lot of mining time, and now going to be picking off a few SCVs, and very nicely played by Arthur right now. Medivacs 2 gets sniped, and just so good kiting right now from Arthur. Now going to be blinking yet again. 106 supply though from Gumiho. He is ahead by 2 somehow. No matter how good it looks like Arthur is playing, his macro has slipped. You can see what he was at 900, 200 right then and there. So slipping a little bit on his macro, and that is allowing Gumiho to do a little bit of damage right here. Factory does get taken out before anything come. If it didn't get taken out, it could have landed right here, and drops would have been a big pain. And does come, doesn't see a third base, while he is getting a third base. So very good, but he has his SCVs. That's a lot. That's 9 SCVs. It is 51 workers, 254 probes with 9 SCVs out on the battle line. And bunkers are going to be placed, and that little Colossus move is going to be really good because he can be able to take out these bunkers so easily. Stalkers come down, see the bunkers, see those SCVs are still there. He's like, wait, what is going on? A ninja base way over here. Very nice job. This is definitely going to take Gumiho by surprise. He's like, yes, got you contained to 2 bases, but there is a third base, and oh my god, a Marauder is going to be finding that at the same time. Oh no, that's not a drop. That's a Marauder I just looked at. Getting a missile turret as well, so DTs won't be able to pick his way. Gets those 3 bunkers up. He's like, okay, SCVs, you can go back on home. Rallying units all the way up. Doesn't have any defense back here. Warp Prism could be a little bit of trouble, but he does have units just all around the edge of the map. And there we go. The Ninja Expert has been spotted. Now a drop will simply take this out. It's maybe a little bit silly to even try to hold on to this. Doesn't even have to do a drop. These Marauders just have to move over to this space. This cannot get up. Any workers built at this base probably won't be paying themselves off because they have to be mining for like a minute to almost pay themselves off. They mine about 40 minerals per minute, I believe, per worker. So, yeah, it's not going to be able to pay itself off. I'm surprised that did not get canceled. It's going to curve boost it, but that is just going to be dead minerals. 2 Colossus are out, though. He is kind of saving those up, hiding them. Gumiho has no idea about them, didn't try to do any drops. 1 probe up here on patrol, waiting for a drop to come. And he is going to go with 3 Colossus, and this is definitely going to take him by surprise. Stim goes down. Stalkers do blink down. These Colossus, though, going to be able to do a lot of damage. And this Bioforce just has to get back. He needs to get Vikings to be able to deal with this. And Gumiho is doing a lot of damage. And going in the army supply, it is about even. But I would say the tech advantage definitely goes to Slayers.Arthur with those Colossus. The upgrade advantage, though, does go to Gumiho. 2-1 versus 0-0. That base does get taken out. Medevac does lift up, and Stalker's on a crash course over here, going to the defense. He's going to try to defend this third base, which I don't know if that could be possible. The upgrades, though, 2-1, that is a big upgrade difference, especially with all these Medevacs. Doesn't have any Vikings, though. These Colossus, they do have Thermal Lance, so this is going to be a very tough hold. The army supply, 80 to 89. Protoss is ahead, but the upgrades are in favor of the Terran. Some nice blinks by the Stalkers, some good force fields, allowing this Colossus to stay alive. You can see only 1 taking damage, and this force fields just zeroing them out so well, but there is a drop going off in the main. These 2 Vikings are getting picked off. This Colossus still staying alive. The Stalker's going down very quickly. The workers killed. You can see going very high. That drop in the main base has killed so many workers. But looking at this, is it going to be a hold or not? It looks like by some miracle he is going to be able to hold this thanks to those Medevacs. The DPS got so low. There's Colossus. The split damage of them. Look how slightly alive they are. Few units will be able to step up and take them out. 2 Colossus, 114, 112, other 17 kills. Vikings come out. 2 Colossus will be falling. This drop killed so many workers. So nice. And drops, you know what? They're really darn effective when you have bio. And I realize